Hello and welcome to a 3v3 cast on Argent Shelf Redux. Starting off, we have Nikster playing as the Warlock, we have Leviathan playing as the Plague Champion, and also playing the Plague Champion we have Chaplain Ordie, part of the Foreign Alliance clan, who do the Beginners Club and some of the Beginners tournaments as well. Meanwhile, we have a very early retreat here from Swiftsabre playing as the Chaos Sorcerer. We have Shinjax playing as the Techmarine in mid, and we have Aetherion, also part of FA, playing as the Lord General on the right hand side or the top side of the map, depending on how you see it. Already some action going down though. Heretics taking a little bit of damage from some guardsmen. A multi-last turret actually getting built here as well by Aetherion. Surprised that it's not a little bit further on up. It looks like it might just about reach any unit trying to cap this requisition point, but I might be wrong. It doesn't actually have, yeah, it's not going to reach slightly further up here. It might have been able to stop those those Chaos Space Marines from actually being able to capture that. But some double heretic action going on here. Some heretics shrouded here from this Warlock by Swift. Warlock lands a special onto these heretics. Now normally a Warlock wouldn't land special on heretics because they have 75 melee skill, but when the Warlock can't see them and has actually gained a special because of the CSM, it actually does work. And CSM gain another special onto these heretics. This Warlock's been extremely fortunate. It does miss the Destructor though. Heretics didn't actually take any damage from that, and the Warlock is going to be forced to run away here. Plague Marine and CSM were able to actually capture this requisition point, as that multi-last was a little bit far away, and to actually have some Dragon's Teeth to actually block any units to try and melee that down. They're actually going to have to run right behind the turret and properly flank it rather than just come in from the side. And to actually have Shinjax and Aetherion blobbing up together, actually going to push against these double Plague Champions here. The double Plague Champions, one with Mucus Discharge, is the other one also got Mucus Discharge, he does not have. But behind green cover, these Plague Champions will be very difficult to shift, especially when you got some Heretic worship from both players as well, who need to really go in or go in hard or not really go in at all. Some snipers though, a very good choice against Plague Champion. He does actually struggle against snipers a little bit in comparison to the Chaos Lord and the Sorcerer. Chaos Lord, very tanky, can run up against snipers with a combi flame and actually do a lot of damage to them. Sorcerer can always buy the vestments and the warp and the Sword of Flame and pick off sniper models very easily. Some flank though from Swift. He is flanking with some very low health heretics here. Will actually lose his heretics. Chaos Sorcerer is also here. In fact, those heretics will be able to get away with just a sliver of health at 43 HP. But this flank though will allow red team to actually push in and break the cover that the double Plague Champions have been using. Snipers as well doing a very good job over there. They're exposed right now. In fact, these snipers might go down if they're not careful. Damage over time is going to be enough, and a Plague Champion will take down those snipers. To actually have the second Plague Champion purchasing a Sword of Undeath right now, and Sword of Undeath is a bit hard to make work in 3v3. Those heretics though will go down for Chaplain Ordie. Now the Sword of Undeath is a bit more difficult to make work in 3v3, especially when your Plague Champion dies like that, but because of in the 2v2 area it's a bit hard to get your Plague Champion into melee. The Sword of Undeath is best used when units are trying to jump onto you, so if Shinjax was to get some ASMs then it would be much more effective, but because he actually had snipers earlier, the Sword of Undeath is extremely ineffective against snipers, just given that you will not be able to get your Plague Champion range of snipers. And he does not actually have that much health until you go into tier 2 and get the Armor of Pestilence. Some heretics here with an Aspiring Champion. Do need to be a bit careful. They're fighting against 4 units here, in fact 5 units, as Guided Weapons team is also jumping into that fight. Aspiring Champion heretics though will get away with the Aspiring Champion himself, and that power will probably get bashed there by the Nikster, but Swift has been helping out around the map and has allowed the red team to actually push, and I don't think they actually bashed any power, but it's allowed them to actually gain a lot of map control though. And Techmarine has come down here from Shinjax to actually put a stop to this power bash, or trying to do what he can. Warlock is actually trying to attack in range, but Techmarine does need to be a bit careful. He can also pick off some of these Dire Avenger models. Do actually have some more heretics dying here on this staircase. CSM going to get forced away by some Noise Marines and some more CSM. That Plague Champion has risen. Mucus Discharge is also going to get purchased, which gives the Breath of Nurgle ability, which actually heals the Plague Champion himself for about 140 HP and all units around him for 70. Now Chaos Sorcerer might be able to kill Banshees here if he gets 2 swings in a row. Banshees will be able to get away there with 70 HP. Sorcerer himself very low, will be able to get away. This power node will get bashed, and it's a very defensive play here from Aetherion. That multi-last turret will actually get shredded though by these Noise Marines. Doesn't look like spotters are going to be quick enough there. But Noise Marines getting knocked over on their feet, need to focus them down as quickly as possible before they actually tie up your guardsmen, otherwise that's actually going to be very annoying to deal with. Noise Marine's going to interrupt these Devastators, and Heretic's going to come in. The Plague Champion here is also upgrading to the Fetid Armor. He's actually going for full upgrades here, investing a lot of money into a level 1 Plague Champion. And these Heretics though, taking a lot of damage from Swift's Noise Marines. In fact, one more burst from those Noise Marines might even be enough. Noise Marines are shutting down Noise Marines, and they will just have to run away. Could even see a zombie Noise Marine, but the Plague Champion doesn't get a second swing there, so he's not able to get that. And Noise Marines look like they might actually bash this power here. Full generators placed up by Aetherion, except for this power node purchased by Swift. So yes, I'm going to force melee here. In fact, a generator and power node going down at the same time. Noise Marines do back away here, and don't actually have a full retreat here. Aetherion looks like he might go in for a power bash. There's only Heretics and Noise Marines on the field, but no Flamer Guardsmen though, so it's going to be a bit of a slow power bash. Lord General can always force melee onto these Noise Marines, prevent them from actually silencing all these Guardsmen. But spotters are also on the field as well, and you see him come in with an artillery shell to knock them down onto their feet there. And now the power bash will begin. In fact, Heretics will be the next target hit, just because they're out in the open and exposed and easy resources to bleed. A power bash here. We do actually have some CSM and the Plague Champion here, Mr. Fully Upgraded Plague Champion, sort of undead, Fetid Armor, Mucus Discharge. Fetid Armor is very good if you can actually get it into the center of the Guardsman. Does 300 courage damage every 2.5 seconds, or every 2 seconds in fact, for 10 seconds. So that will suppress anything. Anything that has extra courage will get suppressed still. Extra courage is usually 200 courage total, but doing 300 courage damage per second is pretty insane. These Heretics though taking a lot of damage. The Structure was really on point there, and plus Dire Avengers bleeding them from range. Our Guardian Weapons team doesn't look like it's got the angle to protect itself against this Chaos Sorcerer, but the Chaos Sorcerer is actually just walking in here. Manages to avoid getting hit though, but does get hit by that. And Tactical Marine's going to be coming out here for Shinjax. Shinjax on double attacks, and Devastators. Noise Marines going to struggle to tie up that Guardian Weapons team. And something annoying about the Guardian Weapons teams, I've actually had Noise Marines where I've told them to attack, just like this in fact. I tell them to attack the Guardian Weapons team instead of attacking the Shuriken platform itself. It attacks one of these models off to the side, and that model isn't close enough to the actual Shuriken catapult, and your Noise Marines just fail to shut down the Shuriken catapult, and it's just one of the most annoying things to have happen to you. Aetherion forced to back away here. I believe he's up against 2 here. In fact, no, Chaplain Ordie's just gone for... Yeah, this is Chaplain Ordie and Leviathan's Noise Marines. So very difficult to fight 2 Noise Marines at the same time, as IG normally can only tie up 1 or 2 at a time. Or you can tie up 2 if it's the same person, because normally they would have invested a lot into tier 1, but that Sentinel gained very low. We'll be able to get away, but that power is definitely not going to live against double Noise Marines on the field. Do actually have a beacon here. It's actually quite far away from... It's actually very close to base. I think it could have been set up a little bit further forward, such as on the power or close to this bunker over here. Both Chaos players regrouping though in mid. Leviathan's actually got his Plague Champions to level 2, halfway to level 3 as well. 461 VPs to 373. Everyone is tier 2 now. Vehicles coming out on the field. We have a Dreadnought getting purchased for Shinjax, and Dreadnought for Chaplain Ordie, and Manticore for Aetherion, and already a Falcon for Nikster. Devastators will interrupt everything and suppress everything here, and they will be forced to back away. Noise Marines, they could actually try and brute force this Devastator squad, but it would not really work out too well. You probably lose a model or 2 against the Devastators and the Tactical Marines with their Kraken rounds before you're able to actually do that. Noise Marines taking a lot of damage here. CSM also behind some green cover and under Nurgle Worship will probably not take too much damage. Most Marines can't really seem to decide if they actually want to go forward or not. They actually go forward and back away, and now we do have Leviathan forced to back away once again. Aetherion also pushing on his side as well. Swift also pushing in the bottom lane. Smoke going to go down, going to reduced range of those CSM. Those CSM though 55 HP, and I feel like Aetherion might have been able to finish that. We do actually have a Shrine of Nurgle going down as well, with Heretics worshipping it, allow units to actually reinforce that. And even without it, you still get the healing every now and then. It's just less often when it's not worshipped, and also suppresses units around it as well. So if you get a bit too close to that, then you're going to have a bad time. Some more teeth just remain on the ground. We actually have a Blastmaster now replacing the Sonic Blaster on those Noise Marines. In fact, this Falcon could go down. And, ooh, no, it doesn't actually land that next shot. Sorcerer can actually warp a Chaos Havoc squad and it will remain set up. This is using the Warp Global. We also have Sigil of the Rift as well, which could also get used to shut down this Falcon by teleporting the Havocs further forward. Dreadnought's using its wrist-mounted flamer to take down his turret here, and a Manticore strike as well behind the turret. The wrist-mounted flamer I don't think is really worth using, just because it only does 3 DPS, which is a lot less in comparison to a attack flamer. It's in fact the equivalent to a single guardsman flamer, which is pretty ineffective by itself. It's best to just keep it in heavy melee, or in melee mode, where it does do about 100 melee DPS, which is really strong. Zombie Tactical Marine coming in here. The Blastmaster, very good choice here. Shutting down all these guardsmen. These attacks are going to get away with barely any health. No suppression now because of this last cannon upgrade here for Shinjax. Not sure where his Dreadnought is. Dreadnought's actually at the shrine, does take down a Noise Marine model, and could actually see it take down some Heretics, but it looks like it's actually going to try and back away. We do actually have a second Shrine of Nurgle going down this time. It's from Leviathan. Sentinel is seeing that range, providing some frag missile support. We do also have a creeping Basilisk Barrage. Assuming it's a creeping, yeah, it is. And assuming that it's not a rocket run this early on in the game. Dreadnought still running away. The play champion is trying to chase him down with that Sword of Undeath, but the Sword of Undeath only power melee, not heavy melee. Not the most effective weapon against a Dreadnought. Noise Marine's very aggressive here, pushing very far forward, trying to run up to the power now by the looks of it, but Nikster should be able to stop this power bash from just a single squad of Noise Marines. And do actually have something going down here. Demonic Summoning will prevent Nikster from actually being able to defend that, I guess. But he could always run up this staircase instead. And the Swift will be able to bash that power. Plague Marines could actually take down this Manticore. One missile hit, doing a lot of damage here. Noise Marines will go down completely there. For not for Chaplain Ordie, for Leviathan. Spotter's going to put some smoke down those Plague Marines to prevent the Manticore from dying. Techmarine fighting the Plague Champion. But that Techmarine will lose that fight horribly. Techmarine is going to go down. He retreats back to his beacon by the looks of things. Plague Champion with some CSM doing a lot of ranged DPS. No suppression though. It's available, so it'll be a difficult fight for Techmarine to win. Tactical Marines coming in here, one with a missile launcher, do see a Sergeant, so these will be doing about similar DPS to what a regular attack squad would do. The second set is upgrading to Stern Guards. Kraken rounds should be really effective here. But Devastators do need to retreat away as well. Stern Guards need to push forward. Plague Marines just sitting here doing a decent amount of damage, but actually going to be bleeding the model. Autocannon now set up as well. Our Dreadnought does need to be a bit careful. The Autocannon actually does more AV damage compared to a last cannon, but it doesn't actually have the slow, but that's where the Plague Marines come in. But then Manticore is just destroying absolutely everything right now. That Autocannon squad getting away with one model. Plague Champion going to go down. Plague Marines down to just one model, retreating away. Noise Marines also taking a lot of damage. The Lord General with that sniper rifle giving a 30% range boost when using the sniper rifle ability. But we do actually have a Noxious Cloud, and that Noxious Cloud is absolutely destroying these guardsmen. 2 guardsman squads going down. Snipers, scouts actually going to be able to get away, but Spotters though going to live. The Noxious Cloud actually runs out there, and Dreadnought is free to do what he wants right now. Leviathan's Plague Marines back in base, and so is Autocannon Havoc's. Meanwhile, Chaplain Ordie actually has no AV right now. In bottom lane, Nikster has gained control. Swift is all the way currently at base. Isn't actually using the beacon. The beacon isn't really making that much of a difference from traveling to base to lane. Might as well retreat back to base and get the extra healing benefits of being in base compared to being at the beacon. Nice frag missile barrage there, landing perfectly onto those heretics, doing a lot of damage. These missile launch attacks doing a decent amounts of damage to this generator farm. Leman Russ though for Aetherion. He is tier 3. Here's Lord General. He can call in Leman Russes for no power cost and just 500 requisition, 200 red. So it looks like he's going to be moving up into the bottom lane. He's only got 2 of his units here. I wonder where the rest of his stuff is. The rest of his stuff's actually pushed into mid here to secure this forward VP. And looks like he might try and force Nikster to actually send the rest of his army towards the natural VP over here so that he can cap this bottom one with the Noise Marines and the Chaos Sorcerer. Sigil of the Rift is going to try and pull in. The Guardian Weapons team actually does as well, and Noise Marines are in the back line. Noise Marines need to use their Cacophony. Don't use their Cacophony before retreating, might actually cost them that extra model there. Sorcerer landing some specials, needs to use the Robes of Torment, which he actually also has. Doesn't actually use the Robes of Torment, will lose the Noise Marines because of this. Or will he? They will go down. Manticore strike onto this Chaos Predator. Predator's not moving. Sentinel missile, ooh, it's very low. Leman Russ might be able to finish it off, but it needs to drive a bit far forward. It might need to drive out of its comfort zone. The Plague Marines will be putting a stop to that. Don't really want to risk losing the Leman Russ at the chance of killing the Predator when there's Noise Marines and also Cannon Havoc squad nearby. These heretics though for Swift having to back away, did lose one of his Chaos Space Marine squads. In fact, this was a Chaos Space Marine squad, not a heretic squad. Saw the aspiring champion with the hood and thought it was the aspiring champion for his heretic squad. You know, some Standguard veterans over here, not sure what they were doing. Looks like they were trying to go in for a cap here. Grenade on retreat, doesn't actually kill any Standguards, but does kill the drop pod that these Standguards arrived in tier 1, giving 15 red to Shinjax, I believe it gives it to. I don't know if you get red as well for killing it. I saw 15 red, so that 15 red did go to someone. Techmarine with a melter gun though, and the Signum arm just waltzing through here right now. He's still not retreating away, but we do actually have a Manticore strike on top of him. Manticore strike will hit some of these Plague Marines and will also take down the CSM model and the Heretic model as well on retreat, and Lord General will be able to easily revive that. Techmarine level 3 will upgrade, or will become level 4 now with that revive. But we do have the Manticore, the Leman still. Wonder if he'll go for a second Leman Russ. Second Leman Russ will probably be a good idea. Dreadnought needs to be a bit careful here. Bright Lance weapons team, and also a Fire Prism as well. Banshees with the heavy melee, Exarch as well. Emperor's Fist goes down, does actually catch out that lead Bright Lance platform, and it's actually getting sigiled here, and that will definitely go down. Dreadnought should also live as well. If the Fire Prism chases in, it might risk itself dying. Drop pod. That was the Commander drop pod. Banshees go down. Great and clean one purchased. Nikster's losing quite a few things at Bright Lance. Weapons team will actually live with 7 HP. A push here. The Predator's actually flanking. That Manticore will go down. Predator with the Twin Link last can extremely effective at hunting Manticores. And the Leman Russ is also in risk of going down as well. The Sentinel will definitely go down here. Everything for Aetherion is backing away. Predator does decide to back away. That Leman Russ is going to be a bit too difficult to kill, especially when it's armed with a Vanquisher cannon, which makes it extremely effective against vehicles, boosting the damage by about 25%, but only doing it to single targets. My numbers might be slightly incorrect on that. But the Vanquisher cannon extremely effective against single target units such as vehicles and commanders, and does bonus damage or does extra damage at the cost of no AoE damage. But the Plague Champion pulled in there, and the Vanquisher cannon will finish him off as well. Last cannon Predator here for Chaplain Ordie is going to tear down this entire generator farm, nearly level 2 as well. Might level up after killing the power node and this generator, but decides to actually back away a bit early here. Grey and Clean One is getting worshipped. Grey and Clean One is demonic, so it does actually get 10 health regen per second when you do worship it, although 10 health regen per second on a unit with 6,100 health is, you don't notice it too much compared to when you have it on a squad of Bloodletters where it's each model getting 10 health regen per second. Another creeping Basilisk barrage here, trying to trick him into thinking it might have been a rocket run to force him to retreat away, but it is no such thing. And it looks like they've actually been a bit of a swap here, with Swift going towards mid and Shinjax coming towards bottom, especially since he has got the beacon. And it's doing quite well downhill, but he's actually needs to get his tactical marines out of there because they're extremely low. Dreadnought might take down a model. Doesn't actually take down a model hit. A Bright Lance platform still in 2 models. Just about. Does actually lose a model there. And Fire Prism is just going to have to kite around as much as possible. It's not doing too much damage to that Dreadnought. Don't know if it's using the spread beam or if it's using the focused beam. You need to make sure that you switch between both of them when fighting the infantry or when fighting tanks. You could see a blind sigil here to pull some units in with the Sorcerer. And so he's actually just sitting there taking a lot of damage from these autocannon Terminators and these autocannon Havocs. So Aetherion still does not got a second Leman Russ. He's actually not got any money. He's actually bought some Cadian Cassicans instead with some grenade launchers. Would have thought that he might have gone for a second Leman Russ. 2 Leman Russes together are a very annoying pair, especially if you go like double Vanquisher Cannon. That last cannon Predator, which is still sitting here in the corner, would go down so quickly, especially because it only has 700 HP, and you cannot buy an HP upgrade, making it a very fragile tank, similar to Fire Prism, although not as bad as the Fire Prism, which only has 500 HP. Great and Clean One pushing in here. Robes of Torment though, Chains of Torment coming in here with a Vomit though. Taking down multiple CSM models. In fact, that one CSM squad is on 10 HP. The CSM here for Swift might be able to focus it down. Great and Clean One tries to pull it in and it will go down. CSM wipes there with the Great and Clean One, Vomit and Torment. Nikster is trying to come in here for a flank against this, but there's an IG heavy turret and a multitude of forces here as well. That Warlock might go down. Dire Avengers do go down. Grenade goes down onto these Devastators, but it doesn't actually kill them. Scouts could throw a retreat grenade here, but I don't think it's even needed. That Dreadnought though actually gets a special attack there, so it doesn't actually finish off that Devastator squad. But Nikster does lose a Dire Avenger squad. He needs to keep his Dire Avengers alive just so he has some repair support for that Falcon. Or not Falcon, that Fire Prism. Twin Link's last cannon Predator. This is a fresh one to hunt down the Great and Clean One. It still actually has the original one seen in this top corner. Twin linked Chaos Predators will be very good here. Having that Leman Russ with the Vanquisher will still pose a bit of a problem and quite an annoyance, especially if it gets rear armor hits, but the Chaos Terminators with an autocannon and Plague Marines should be enough to force that Leman off and allow the Twin Predators to actually do their thing. The Sternguard Veterans and these Tactical Marines getting jumped on by Seer Council level 1 still. But they will destroy anything, especially if it's heavy infantry or super heavy infantry, since they do 200 power melee damage, and you can only imagine what kind of damage that would be if it was heavy infantry where it gets amplified. Chaos Terminators versus Chaos Terminators, both with autocannons here, one from Swift, one from Leviathan. These double Twin Predators will want to push in against this Great and Clean One, but there's some Zinch Worship going down, which actually prevents them from seeing the Great and Clean One. A spot of shell as well actually knocks these Plague Marines down onto the ground. Double Plague Marines here as well. A Vomit onto the Plague Marines, not as effective against that one. A Vomit early against those CSMs, since Plague Marines do actually have a high health pool. The Chaos Terminators taking a lot of damage. Great and Clean One isn't forcing melee. Do actually have the Terminators backing away here for Swift. They are getting a little bit low at 600 HP. And do get them out there with 3 models. Just send them back to base, get them to heal up, and have them ready for the next fight. Heretics though could go down. These double Predators doing a lot of damage here. Doesn't actually get the final shot that it needs. 209 VPs to 248. Game is remaining very neutral in this bottom side. Both players fighting desperately over this VP, and both players struggling to actually cap the VP. Meanwhile, it's just a lot of standing off and a lot of trying to do all of these like micro trades. But that one Predator though got a bit too greedy, got path blocked by the Predator behind it, will go down, and that was the fresh Predator. It wasn't the level 2 Predator. If there was some silver lining to losing the Predator, it wasn't your upgraded one. We do actually have a nuke going off. This Chaos Havoc squad for Swift might go down. In fact, one of the models is able to actually escape out of there. Guardsman also able to get out of there. Chaos Predator is pushing forward, but it might actually go down itself. It's pushing forward into an autocannon squad. This Leman Russ doesn't have a quick enough turret rotation, and that autocannon squad isn't firing another barrage, and Cadian Cassicans actually missed their crack grenade. That Warlock though Okay, he does actually have Providence armor, does actually go into Providence mode. We'll try and do an Ethereal slash, but these tactical marines are backed away, so not able to actually get hits whatsoever. The Lord General does actually have a turret drop down here as well, so the Warlock does need to be careful. He will go down here. He got a bit too pushed in a bit too far without realizing that Providence is a limited time, and will go down overall. Chaplain Ordie actually purchasing some Raptors, which is a very interesting late game purchase as well. Probably going to be upgrading to the Aspiring Champion, and also the Melter Kits upgrade. The problem with that is that Raptors, their jump costs 65 energy, which is extremely expensive. And in an ideal case, you'd buy the Melter Kit upgrade on Raptors that have been leveled throughout the game, so they actually have enough to jump in and throw a Melter Bomb and jump out. Or at least jump in and throw a Melter Bomb. Singularity going off, going to pull in a Scout Sniper model there, who's going to get popped by a Fire Prism there. Very unfortunate life for him. Double Plague Marines and the Chaos Autocannons pushing in here. That Leman Russ will probably go down unless it gets the repair support it needs. We do actually have a Smoke Shell going off. I don't think it's going to be enough to protect this Leman though. That better be a Rocket Run, otherwise that Leman will go down. In fact, it doesn't need to be a Rocket Run. It looks like the Leman will be able to barely escape out there. It was getting path blocked by another Leman. Plague Marines getting knocked over just in time for this Vanquisher Leman to actually get away. It's level 2 as well, nearly level 3, so important to actually keep that alive because it'll be doing so much work for you as the game progresses on. Grand Clean One and Twin Linked Predator here. That Predator will definitely go down. Fire Prism should just attack it once. Decides to attack the Grand Clean One, and that will cost the Fire Prism its life. If it's not careful, it's going to be a very close fight on who can attack who first. That Fire Prism though will win that. It will not win that. It's actually using its Dispersed Beam, and Chaos Predator, the regular Predator, sorry, Space Marine Predator, will get away with 13 HP because that Fire Prism did not use its Focused Beam and instead used its Dispersed Beam, which is actually designed for groups of infantry. Leman Russ now level 3 with the Vanquisher Cannon. Looks like both of them upgraded with the Vanquisher Cannon. Double Vanquisher Cannons can be annoying. Is that a third? No, that's just a bunker. Thought it might be a third Leman Russ. See a Council though doing some more serious work in the back line here, taking down an ASM squad, level 2 now. Due to back away as they cannot take down the entire army, but they are definitely going to get some vision though for an Eldritch Storm on top of that Predator. Also doing some decent damage to these Chaos Havoc, stunning the turret as well, and the Predator was the main target there of that Eldritch, I would imagine, and taking down the Predator is always very good. Raptors jumping in with their Melter Kit. They can throw a Melter Bomb now, I believe it only costs 40 energy, and they actually do. But still, you ideally want your Raptors to be leveled if you're going to upgrade them with the Melter Kit. The Raptors not able to actually take down the Leman Russ. They're actually going to go down if they're not careful. They're very low. The bunker does go down though to some auto cannons. But Raptors very low, down to 3 models. We'll actually get away with 3 models. I thought they might actually lose another model. They only had 100 HP in total when gaining away. Double Plague Marines also pushing forward here. Not the Predator. This one particular level 3 Leman Russ needs to be a bit careful here. Although that Predator is pushing in very deep against these double Vanquisher cannons here. And it will definitely go down. This Leman Russ will also go down. Yep, there you go. Plague Marines actually land a missile there. Do actually have a Creeping Barrage. By the looks of it, I don't think that's a rocket run. Creeping Barrages have been a staple throughout the game. I don't think he's ever going to have enough red for a rocket run with the amount of Creeping Barrages used. But doing a very effective job knocking these Plague Marines away, interrupting this Autocannon Havoc squad as well. But the second Leman Russ though needs to be a bit careful if it goes around the corner, because the Plague Marines will have vision or will have line of sight and will be able to fire at them. 126 VPs, it's 248 Seer Council actually taking down some Tactical Marines down here, or actually might have been Stern Guards, not Stern Guards, sorry. It was a Devastator squad, Devastator Last Cannon squad that they actually took down. Now they're taking down a Havoc Last Cannon squad as well, doing a lot of damage, and the Avatar's going to take down this Heavy Turret. The Heavy Turret cannot actually fire at units in melee combats with it. You can fire units away from it in melee combat, but not actually units tied to melee combat itself. Similar with all other turrets really. But Swift is up here in top, ignoring bottom for coming up top and deciding to do a lot of damage on retreat. This Grey Unclean One's still alive throughout the entire game. Also these Chaos Terminators for him as well. Looks like he's pushing in Robes of Torment. Could see another Vomit combo as well. Heretics are just kind of seeing there some Doom Balls though. Some grenades going down from these Cadian Casicans. The Vomit does go down, but the retreat actually goes off before the Vomit is actually able to do too much damage. But Chaos Terminators will go down as a result of those Chains of Torment, so that's going to be quite a large loss there. Leviathan though coming in with a Land Raider Redeemer, or Land Raider Phobos, sorry. Here's a Land Raider Redeemer for Shinjax, and that Avatar will go down if it doesn't actually back away in time. Fire Prism also needs to be careful not to path block that Avatar. The Avatar on 900 HP. P-Dev shot misses. And Seer Counts also back away. Those Seer Counts are going to be doing so much damage with the Avatar. I believe it provides a 30% damage bonus to units around it. So 200 power melee damage boosted by 30% gives you 260, plus the bonuses that you get when fighting heavy infantry or super heavy infantry because it's power melee. It's Plague Marines though doing a lot of work. Level 2 Plague Marines, both of them level 2 in fact. No, one of them's level 1, the other is level 2, just upgrades to level 3 for taking down a Chaos Terminator model, I believe, of Swifts here, and we actually have the Phobos making its way through the center of the map right now. I believe it got spotted out by Swift when he teleported his Chaos Terminators though. Seer Counts are taking a lot of damage. Swift coming in for the flank with his Terminators. They actually have some fresh Terminators here, double Terminators for Swift. And Seer Counts will be able to get away here on 4 models, but double Terminators is going to be very annoying. The other teams to deal with do actually have... Before I saw a grenade go down, it was actually the grenade launchers from these Cadian Casicans. Leaving Russ with that vanquish, having to back away. The Twin Link's last cannons of this Phobos will just do so much damage if the Leman Russ gets too close, especially with Plague Marine support and also cannon support as well. There's a lot of AV available for Leviathan, in fact a lot of just anti-everything really. You have a Demonic Summoning going down here from Swift, but that's not going to do too much to the Phobos. 7 VPs to 248, I don't think Luton are in position, they're making a massive push here. GG has been called, don't have anything down here, and this push in mid comes slightly too late. We also have a nuke about to go down, but it's not in time, and red team will be able to win the game in this long drawn out game. Blue team definitely making red team work for this victory.